Hello, and welcome back. Or if this is your first time here, welcome. Today I'll just be talking about some of the progress I've made on the game I'm currently working on. I know I've mentioned some of the projects I've thought up or have been working on before. Currently what I've done is I've taken the dating sim project I've worked the most on and I've refined it to focus on one character, just that it's a lot faster to work on and there's a lot less work to be done on the back end, especially as like a single person. Yeah, so with that out of the way, I guess let's just get into it. All right, so this is just a very rough draft of what I have planned for it. I have some of the ideas that I want in the game implemented and some of the feel of what I want the dialogue to be. Um, Kind of for the music as well. Some temporary artwork and some spriting. Not everything is in the game just yet. And of course, not everything is functioning as it should be or um, like necessarily working as I plan it to just yet. I just want to make sure that I have things in the game as I'm getting things sorted out more. So right now I had been working on getting the intro kind of more set up. So I have a very rough draft finished of the intro, which will be, refined more as I go, but pretty much a rough idea of what I want it to be like. So here we have the intro, just like some dialogue kind of touching on the name of the place you'll be playing in and some of what will be happening in the game as you get your character creation set up. So here we go. So obviously you'll be able to, have your own custom name. I'm thinking of maybe having a gender choice. I'm not too sure. And then the only thing that the instruments I'm thinking will change is the music that plays in the game. So like if you choose guitar, there'll be a focus on guitar as an instrument. If you choose melodica, there'll be a focus on like keys or piano, and flute, obviously woodwinds. Just a little thing, but I got the idea from Divinity 2 Original Sin. It was a little small thing that they did, but it was a really cool idea, and I wanted to kind of expand on it a little bit. But besides that, it doesn't really affect anything in game. At least so far, that's the plan. Just the music. And you can have a pet just because, pets are nice. And then, of course, you can confirm everything just in case you mess up while you're putting in names. And then it'll take all the info and put it together for the touch on the beginning of the story here. I'm still not entirely sure how I want it to begin, but like I said, all just a rough draft at least. I also plan on doing all of the art myself. So right now it's all like default RPG Maker stuff, but I will be replacing it. Yes, you grab tools. You can also check your affection level with the main character, well, the main romanceable character. So some of what I have planned is being able to upgrade your home about 2 times. So you'll start in a tent, and then this lady will be in a town somewhere. All this is currently just because of debugging and such while you're doing tests. See, if you don't have enough gold, she'll let you know. Oops. If you don't have enough wood, she'll also let you know that, but I might have enough already. Yeah. See, there we go. Upgraded to house. Upgraded the house first time. So you're gonna need more wood. I can't remember how much I need, but... And there we go. Yeah. So you'll be able to upgrade your house, and this will be like the final version. Just a bigger home. There'll be more amenities in it and such. So something else, obviously, you'll be able to go on dates. But obviously, if you don't have enough affection, she won't want to go on any dates. You'll be able to give gifts to earn affection. And depending on the affection level, there'll be randomized things that she might say when you ask how she feels about you and her and how she's just feeling in general. The dialogue doesn't entirely match up currently because I just plugged in random things. So when I actually up the affection level, we're just gonna go maximum. When we ask how she's feeling, she's just gonna say a number because it's just, you know, making sure that the randomizer worked. But be writing some of that dialogue later. I should get some gifts too. So I added 2,000 affection. Give her a gift. Yes, you have something for me. We'll give her shiny junk. So then she'll say, you know, how she feels about the gift you give her, depending on if she really likes it or not. Okay, I cannot check affection level here. I can only do some things on the starter map, but, you know. So combat, have it. I'm not too sure if I'm going to make it full, like, rhythm, or if it'll just be when you're playing, you just press the buttons in the correct order to do damage. Odd. As you can see, the pet does a lot less damage currently. I want to set it up so that the pet either fights automatically, so you don't have any control over it. It'll just either, you know, attack or support you on its own while in combat. Or if I can't figure that out, I'm just going to have it set up so that the pet is just like, you know, a companion that doesn't fight in combat. It'll just follow you around, just like an aesthetic sort of thing. The reason there's so many notes to press is just because I was making sure I know how all that worked and figuring out the timing for it and such, because I can, you know, make my own songs to go for it if I do full rhythm game. And if I don't go full rhythm game, I'm going to shorten it quite a bit, so you just press like 4 to 5 keys as you do an attack or whatever skill you decide to use. Trees will also be choppable. You know, there'll be other things to collect as well, like herbs. And as he said, water. The only thing is, I don't think the tops of the trees respawn, and I don't know why. Like I said, there's still quite a bit I have to figure out. Oh, I forgot, there's also obviously time up in the top corner. So as you can see, well, the trees didn't respawn at all. Okay, good to know. As you can see, the tint on the window is on the screen is currently changed because of the time. Let's see if we go ahead by 2 hours. That was something else I had set up. Is having a time system in place. And I'm thinking of adding weather effects as well, so that there'll be seasons. Not too sure, but probably. And then for going on a date. So see, when you're, as you progress, the reason we can see all of these right now is because we're at the maximum affection level. But as you progress, you know, you'll unlock each tier. So when you start off, you'll only have tier 1 available when she's ready to go on dates. And then you'll be able to select from like a few different dates. I have to have a back button there. Well, so see, not everything is done yet. I'm not sure what I want for the other tiers to be. I think tier 3 we have a beach date. And then that's the only one I currently have set up because it's, you know, it's so stereotypical. It was really easy to think of. But it's also just a test, so it's not much of anything where she just walks for a bit and then yells water. And then teleport home. And see, the tops of the trees are just gone. They will teleport. Beach. Yeah, see, I just wanted to make sure that she doesn't show up there again. That was an issue I was having before when she would just be kind of standing around when you're not on a date. I want it set up so that the first time you go on a date, you'll have an event playthrough. So, you know, just like that, where she's just kind of walked along and just yelled water. Obviously, it'll be more of a real date event. And then any subsequent time you go to that location, I want it to be like a free range kind of thing where there'll be a certain amount of activities at that location you can choose from to, you know, go on your date. And then, yeah, just so that there's more variety, you know, just so it doesn't get so boring over time. Also, this is just a temporary design of the character. I just used the in-engine character maker, but I plan on drawing my own character. And I think that might be it. Yeah, just have some debug stuff. Yeah, no debug room set up. Yeah, I just have some debug stuff set up, and I just realized we're back on the starter map, and that's not right. Yeah, see, 2015. The reason we're back on the starter map is because of going on the date. So the way this works is as you upgrade your house, you end up on like a different map essentially. And I currently have the date event set up to send you back to this map alone. So I'll have to figure something out for that so that it knows what level of upgrade you have. Yep, just some general ideas I have going on and some of the progress I've made on it, some of the things that work, some of the things that don't work, and I'll be working quite a bit more on it, quite a bit more on it soon. I've been doing quite a bit lately, and I've been just starting some of the art stuff. So like the intro. Oh, so in the intro, like I'll be changing this screen. I don't want to use any default assets really, if I can help it. And then I'll be working more on this drawing as well. Obviously, he'll have like an actual face, and it'll be a little more touched up, not so like I don't know. I feel like it's still missing detail and some shading. I can't tell you how many times I've gone through the beginning of this. A lot of different variations at least, so you know, it makes it a little less boring. But I also drew this as well, and this is something I'm going to work a little more on as well. Like I want the sky to have a bit of a gradient so that it has some depth, and I might do some touch-ups on it, and I want to change the tent as well. But alrighty, thank you for watching. Extra big thanks if you made it all the way to the end. I know I was a bit extra awkward there. I don't really go off scripts or anything, so I couldn't remember everything off of the top of my head that I wanted to go over. I had done some practice runs with it, but obviously not enough to remember it fully. But I feel like I covered most of what I have in place. Some of, well, like as I said, a lot of it needs refining. I'll be working on some more refining of it in the I'll be working on refining it more in the upcoming days, just so that you know it'll still all be a rough draft, but so that it's more playable and there's more of a visible story there, and like how things are going to get set up and why you're meeting Baloney, which is the name of the goblin character. Started off as a joke, but then I ended up really liking it, so that's stuck. I'm hoping to have that done in like another month or so. Well, not done, but like a really fleshed out playable version done in a month or so. Fingers crossed that I can stick with it. When I was working on it, in fact, recently I ended up getting another game idea. Really bad for this, but I've been doing pretty good for at least, you know, just writing them down and sticking with this one. But for that one, I just had to get a little idea of it set up at least. Yeah, I'm excited for that as well. That's something I think I'll be working on after I finish this one. Thanks again, and we'll see you in another video.